We often think of our relationships as mere extensions of our daily routines, rarely stopping to consider their profound impact on our well-being. Yet, what if I told you that the quality of your relationships could be the single most crucial factor in your pursuit of a happy and fulfilled life today? We dive deep into the wisdom of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that teaches us not just about resilience and peace in the face of adversity, but also about the importance of surrounding ourselves with people who truly respect and enrich our lives. Stoicism isn't just about enduring hardship, it's about recognizing what's truly beneficial for our inner tranquility and moral development. In this video, we'll explore the 12 clear signs that might indicate it's time to reevaluate certain relationships, possibly even to the extent of walking away. This isn't just about avoiding negative influences. It's about actively choosing a path that aligns with wisdom, justice, courage, and moderation. Join me as we unfold these insights, ensuring that each step we take is not only in the direction of personal peace, but also towards a more profound understanding of what it means to live a good life according to Stoicism. Whether you're looking to cultivate healthier relationships or find the courage to make difficult decisions, this discussion will offer you the tools and perspectives necessary to transform your approach to interpersonal connections. Let's embark on this journey together, learning how to cut ties with grace and protect our most precious asset, our peace of mind. If you appreciate what we're doing here, the simplest free favor you can do for us is to hit the subscribe button. Also, please don't skip any part of the video to ensure you capture the full essence of the discussion we're about to have. Number 1. Consistent lack of respect. In the vast expanse of existence, where chaos and turmoil reign, there exists a beacon of unwavering strength and clarity: Stoicism. Born from the minds of ancient sages and philosophers, it is a philosophy steeped in wisdom, guiding us through the storms of life with resilience and grace. Respect, a cornerstone of Stoic virtue, is not merely a social nicety, but the very foundation upon which all meaningful relationships are built. It intertwines with justice, weaving a tapestry of fairness and dignity in our interactions with others. Picture a world where this respect is absent, where dignity is eroded with each callous word and careless action, a world out of tune with the harmonies of Stoic living. In the face of such disregard, we are called upon to wield the tools of reason and emotional detachment, not to succumb to the tempest of anger or resentment, but to stand firm in the pursuit of virtue. For it is in these moments of adversity that the true Stoic reveals their mettle, forging ahead with unwavering resolve and moral integrity. The teachings of Stoicism urge us to confront these challenges not with bitterness, but with understanding and calm reflection. Each instance of disrespect is not a condemnation of the other, but a mirror reflecting back the state of our own souls. It is a call to action, a reminder that our journey towards virtuous living is fraught with obstacles, yet navigable with steadfast determination. And so, we are not mere victims of circumstance, but architects of our own destiny. We have the power to choose which relationships align with our pursuit of eudaimonia, and which must be set aside in the pursuit of inner peace and moral clarity. In the crucible of life, where passions rage and desires entice, Stoicism stands as a beacon of hope, a guiding light amidst the darkness. It calls upon us to transcend our baser instincts, to rise above the tumult of emotion, and to forge a path illuminated by reason and virtue. Let us heed its call, my fellow travelers on this journey of self-discovery. Let us embrace the teachings of the ancients, and in doing so, unlock the boundless potential that lies within each and every one of us. For in the crucible of adversity, we shall find not despair, but the raw materials from which we shall fashion our own greatness. Number 2, negative effects on mental health. In the labyrinth of our minds, where shadows of doubt and fear lurk, Stoicism stands as a guiding beacon, a philosophy steeped in wisdom, offering solace amidst the storms of life. In the realm of mental health, the influence of those around us is profound and pervasive. Stoicism teaches us the importance of safeguarding our tranquility, the serene calmness that resides within us. It is not about suppressing emotions, but rather understanding and managing them effectively, especially when they are stirred by external forces. If you find yourself ensnared in a web of anxiety, depression or stress due to the influence of another, it is a clarion call to reevaluate the nature of that relationship. Stoicism does not advocate mere endurance of hardship. It implores us to cultivate environments that nurture our well-being, a task as vital as tending to the garden of our souls. Seneca, a titan of Stoic philosophy, spoke eloquently of the importance of surrounding ourselves with those who uplift and inspire us, while cautioning against the toxic embrace of negativity. Reflecting on the impact of a relationship on our mental health is not an exercise in passive observation, but a call to action, a summons to reclaim agency over our inner sanctum. Setting boundaries and, if necessary, distancing ourselves from those who disrupt our peace of mind is not an act of cowardice, but of self-preservation. It is a testament to our commitment to living a life of purpose and serenity, a life guided by the principles of Stoicism. So let us heed the wisdom of the ancients, my fellow travelers on this journey of self-discovery. Let us embrace the power within us to cultivate environments that nurture our mental well-being. And in doing so, let us forge a path illuminated by the radiant light of Stoic virtue. For in the crucible of our minds, where shadows once reigned supreme, we shall find not despair, but the unyielding fortitude to rise above the tumult and reclaim our birthright, tranquility of the soul. Number 3, absence of growth or mutual. In the annals of Stoic thought, the pursuit of personal and moral growth stands as the cornerstone of a life well lived. The Stoics, with their unyielding commitment to virtue and wisdom, illuminate a path where self-improvement and mutual support are not merely encouraged, but are essential tenets of existence. As Seneca and Epictetus have taught us, life is an unending journey of learning and betterment, where every relationship we foster should be a crucible for our moral development. The Stoic doctrine emphasizes the concept of synergia, or mutual cooperation, as fundamental to our growth. We are not islands unto ourselves, but are intrinsically linked to one another in our quest for virtue. Relationships should be a mutual exchange, a dance of challenge and support, where we aid each other in becoming better human beings. This is not solely about offering solace during trials. It is about actively engaging in each other's journey towards excellence. It involves providing honest feedback, sharing experiences, and persistently encouraging one another to adhere to our principles. When we find ourselves in relationships devoid of growth or mutual support, it is akin to being shackled while the world marches forward. Such stagnation breeds dissatisfaction, a nagging sense that our potential is being suppressed. The absence of progress and encouragement can lead to a malaise that taints our existence, leaving us unfulfilled and yearning for something greater. Stoic practice calls for deep introspection and decisive action in these moments. We must evaluate the causes of this stagnation and confront them head-on. This might necessitate open and honest conversations about our needs and expectations within the relationship. It could mean redefining the goals of our connection or, in some cases, acknowledging that the relationship no longer aligns with our pursuit of virtue. As the Stoics teach, sometimes the most courageous and rational course is to distance ourselves from relationships that hinder our higher purpose. It is not an act of selfishness, but one of self-preservation and dedication to a life of virtue. Every relationship, according to Stoic thought, should be a fertile ground for practicing virtues and aiding one another in the journey towards wisdom and happiness. A relationship that fails to contribute to this noble goal is not a neutral element in our lives, but a potential impediment to our progress. Number 4, feeling constantly drained. In the sacred discourse of Stoicism, the principles of energy preservation and rational living are paramount. A healthy relationship, by its very nature, should be a source of revitalization, not depletion. When interactions with another person leave us consistently drained, it signals a profound misalignment with the Stoic ideals that champion self-preservation through rational and harmonious living. The teachings of Stoicism emphasize the careful maintenance of our internal energy, urging us to use it wisely and judiciously. Seneca, with his timeless wisdom, and Marcus Aurelius, with his reflective meditations, both highlight the necessity of nurturing reciprocal relationships. They warn against those connections that exhaust our emotional and physical reserves, as such imbalances are antithetical to the Stoic pursuit of a good, productive life. When we find ourselves feeling drained after interactions, it is more than a minor inconvenience. It is a significant drain on the vital resources we need to thrive. The Stoics would argue that such an unsustainable dynamic is unwise and detrimental to our well-being. In the face of such draining relationships, Stoicism guides us to introspection and rational evaluation. Every relationship should contribute to our well-being, fostering our progress towards becoming better, more virtuous individuals. When we feel drained, it is crucial to identify the root cause. Is it a lack of mutual support, one-sided interactions, the other person's constant negativity, or unreasonable demands? Understanding the cause is the first step in addressing the issue. Addressing these draining interactions involves several potential actions, all rooted in Stoic principles. Honest communication about your feelings is paramount. Setting firmer boundaries can help preserve your energy and well-being. In some cases, if the relationship proves irreparable, Stoicism teaches us that it is wise to distance ourselves to maintain our peace and inner harmony. Managing these draining interactions is not solely about removing negativity from our lives. It is about creating space for more enriching, supportive, and meaningful relationships that align with Stoic ideals of mutual respect and personal growth. Number 5. Manipulation in the realm of Stoicism. In the pursuit of a life well lived, authenticity and clarity emerge as paramount virtues. These guiding lights enable us to harmonize with our true selves and the world around us. However, manipulation stands as a stark adversary to these principles. It distorts reality, reshaping it to benefit the manipulator at the expense of the manipulated, leading to decisions that stray far from the reasoned and virtuous life we aspire to. Manipulation in relationships is a pernicious force. It often employs subtle psychological tactics that can be difficult to detect. From overt deceit to insidious guilt-tripping or gaslighting, where one's memories and perceptions are questioned, manipulation distorts our understanding of reality. For those committed to living a life of virtue, this distortion presents a significant problem. The teachings of Stoic philosophers emphasize the importance of perceiving things as they truly are, free from external distortions. When manipulation clouds our judgment, it disrupts our ability to make rational decisions based on true perceptions. Addressing manipulation requires a steadfast adherence to core principles. Seek the truth, live with integrity, and maintain your autonomy. This might involve setting clear boundaries with the manipulator, or becoming more vigilant about recognizing manipulative behaviors. It is crucial to reaffirm your values and commit to actions that align with those values, rather than reacting impulsively to manipulative tactics. Reflection, a cornerstone of Stoic practice, plays a vital role in dealing with manipulation. By examining the nature of the relationship and your responses to it, you can gain deeper insights. This reflective process helps you determine whether the relationship can be salvaged through honest communication and mutual commitment to change, or if it would be wiser to distance yourself. Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations reminds us, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." This principle underscores the importance of aligning our actions and words with our core values. Living authentically means rejecting manipulation and embracing the clarity of truth. Together, let us strive for self-control and fortitude, overcoming the destructive forces of manipulation. In doing so, we honor the teachings of the Stoic sages and pave the way for a life of virtue and truth. Number 6. Lack of trust. In the sacred architecture of human connections, trust forms the very foundation upon which all relationships are built. Within the profound teachings of Stoicism, trust is intrinsically linked to the virtue of justice, which emphasizes fairness, honesty, and reliability. These qualities are essential for any profound and meaningful connection. Without trust, relationships become unstable, marred by doubts and insecurities that hinder genuine intimacy and connection. Stoicism teaches us to be dependable and truthful, not only because these are virtuous qualities, but because they foster an environment where trust can flourish. When trust is lacking in a relationship, it is often because these Stoic values are not being upheld. This absence of trust can lead to a cascade of negative emotions and behaviors. Suspicion replaces openness, fear overtakes hope, and instead of moving forward together, individuals find themselves constantly guarding against potential betrayal. Addressing the lack of trust involves returning to Stoic principles. It requires honest self-assessment and dialogue. Are my actions contributing to this lack of trust? Am I being as transparent and reliable as I can be? Stoicism encourages us to confront these questions head-on, advocating for a return to integrity and straightforwardness as the path to rebuilding trust. If the trust issues stem from the other party, a Stoic might approach the situation with empathy and understanding, yet with the firmness to set necessary boundaries. This could mean initiating difficult conversations to uncover the root of the trust issues, or taking decisive action if those issues are found to be insurmountable. In some cases, maintaining your own peace of mind and adherence to Stoic virtues may require distancing yourself from relationships where trust cannot be restored. Epictetus reminds us, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. In the context of trust, this means we must choose to act with virtue, regardless of the actions of others. Trust is crucial not only for the health and sustainability of relationships, but also for the practice of Stoicism, which values the tranquility that comes from living in harmony with our principles. Reflecting on the nature of trust within our relationships allows us to see clearly where we stand and where we need to go. Seneca advises, True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. Trusting relationships enable us to live in the present, free from the anxieties and fears that a lack of trust breeds. Number 7. Abuse of any abuse kind. In the timeless embrace of Stoicism, there is an unequivocal condemnation of any form of abuse, be it physical, emotional, or verbal. These actions stand in stark opposition to the Stoic commitment to treating all human beings with inherent worth and consideration. Abuse in any guise undermines the very essence of what it means to live a virtuous and meaningful life. In Stoic thought, enduring abuse is never seen as a requirement. Instead, Stoics advocate for the preservation of one's self-respect and personal well-being above all. Marcus Aurelius emphasized the importance of maintaining one's inner citadel, an unbreachable fortress of the mind, impervious to external misfortunes and injustices, including abuse. This inner citadel represents our ability to hold firm to our principles and to protect our mental peace. Recognizing and addressing any form of abuse is critical, not only for the sake of personal safety, but also for maintaining mental health and dignity. The Stoic approach to dealing with such violations involves a clear and immediate distancing from the source of abuse. This is not about retaliation or harboring negative emotions. It is about making a rational decision to remove oneself from harmful situations that violate Stoic principles. The process of distancing oneself from abuse aligns with the Stoic practice of self-care, which is essential for fostering a life of virtue. It is about being proactive in preserving one's well-being, ensuring that one's environment and relationships contribute positively to one's moral and philosophical goals. Seneca teaches us, "He who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." This wisdom calls us to avoid unnecessary suffering by taking decisive action to protect ourselves from harm. If you find yourself in a situation where you are facing any form of abuse, it is crucial to take steps to protect yourself and seek help if needed. Stoicism does not merely involve enduring hardships, it also involves wise and prudent actions to safeguard our well-being. Epictetus reminds us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." To be the master of oneself is to recognize one's worth and to refuse to accept treatment that degrades or diminishes it. By distancing ourselves from abusive situations, we affirm our inherent dignity and our commitment to living a life in accordance with virtue. Number 8. Misaligned. The Stoics taught that peace of mind comes from living a life of virtue in accordance with rational principles. When someone close to us lives by a set of values that conflict with our own, it challenges our ability to maintain this peace. Imagine, for instance, that honesty is a core value for you, yet someone close to you often bends the truth. This fundamental discrepancy creates a persistent source of tension and discomfort. Over time, these conflicts can erode the trust and mutual respect essential for any healthy relationship. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of surrounding oneself with people who embody the virtues we aspire to. He said, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." When our core values do not align with those of our associates, it can hinder our ability to progress as Stoics. We may find ourselves compromising on these values or living in a state of constant ethical conflict. Addressing such misalignments involves a thoughtful examination of the relationship. It may require open and honest discussions where both parties can express their values and explore whether a mutual understanding or compromise is possible. However, if the gap is too wide, it might be necessary to reconsider the relationship's role in your life. This isn't about judging the other person as wrong, but rather recognizing that not every relationship serves the higher purpose of your personal and ethical development. Epictetus reminds us, we cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. In situations where core values are in conflict, our response should be guided by our commitment to living virtuously. This might mean making difficult decisions to distance ourselves from relationships that do not align with our principles. Living a life of virtue demands that we stay true to our core values, even when it is challenging. This commitment to integrity and personal growth is at the heart of Stoicism. It calls us to cultivate relationships that support our journey towards wisdom and inner peace. Let us remember the wisdom of Seneca, who said, "Associate with those who will make a better man of you." Our associations should be a source of strength and encouragement, helping us to become better, more virtuous individuals. When we find ourselves in relationships that conflict with our core values, it is a sign to pause and reflect. Are these relationships helping us to live in accordance with our highest principles? Are they contributing to our growth and peace of mind? Number 9. Destructive communication in the Stoic philosophy. In the tapestry of human interaction, communication stands as both the weaver and the thread, binding us together in a shared existence. For those guided by the principles of rationality and wisdom, as espoused by the ancient philosophy of Stoicism, the manner in which we communicate is paramount. Communication within any relationship should not only be honest, but also constructive and uplifting. This aligns with the Stoic idea that our words should reflect our virtues, and through our speech we can either uplift and support others or degrade and undermine them. Persistent negative communication patterns such as criticism, sarcasm and belittling can corrode the very pillars of respect and understanding that support a healthy relationship. When communication becomes consistently destructive, it does more than just cause immediate hurt. It fundamentally alters how individuals perceive one another, eroding trust and affection over time. The Stoic approach to this problem would involve a mindful examination of not only what is said, but also how it is expressed. As Epictetus taught, first learn the meaning of what you say and then speak. Stoicism teaches us to control our reactions and choose our words wisely, ensuring they are in line with our principles of justice and kindness. This means actively striving to infuse our conversations with positivity and support. When disputes arise, we should address them with the intent to resolve conflicts and rebuild understanding rather than to win the argument or belittle the other person. Addressing and transforming destructive communication requires a deliberate effort. It may involve setting specific goals for how to speak and respond in conversations, practicing active listening, or even seeking external help like counseling to improve communication skills. The Stoic practice of self-reflection is crucial here. Marcus Aurelius urged, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury." Regularly assessing our own communication habits and considering whether they align with our ethical and philosophical goals is essential. Are our words fostering harmony and mutual respect, or are they sowing discord and resentment? Number 10. Absence of mutual accountability. In the labyrinth of human relationships, mutual accountability stands as a guiding beacon, illuminating the path toward understanding, respect, and growth. Stoicism teaches us that being accountable for our actions is not just a virtue. It's an essential pillar upon which all enduring relationships are built. When both parties embrace mutual accountability, trust and respect flourish. These are the bedrock of any strong and enduring relationship. However, when accountability is lacking, the very foundation upon which these relationships stand begins to crumble. Misunderstandings multiply, and trust slowly withers away, leaving behind a barren landscape of fractured connections. In the realm of Stoic practice, each individual is called to reflect deeply on their actions and to take full responsibility for them. This means acknowledging when one's actions have caused harm and striving to make amends wherever possible. Without this essential accountability, relationships devolve into a one-sided dynamic where voices go unheard and respect becomes a distant memory. Addressing a lack of mutual accountability requires courage and honesty. It demands open communication, where both parties discuss their expectations clearly and agree on what being accountable means to them. This might entail setting specific standards for behavior, discussing the consequences of actions, and engaging in regular check-ins to ensure that both individuals feel supported and respected. However, if attempts to establish mutual accountability fall short, it may be time to reassess the viability of the relationship itself. Stoicism reminds us that relationships should be a source of mutual support and growth, helping each individual to better align with their virtues and aspirations. As we draw this chapter of our journey to a close, let us carry with us the wisdom of the Stoics, a timeless guide for navigating the complexities of modern life. Let us embrace accountability as a cornerstone of our relationships, knowing that it is through accountability that we foster understanding, build trust, and cultivate the deep connections that sustain us. Thank you for accompanying us on this exploration of Stoic philosophy. Your thoughts and reflections are invaluable, so please share them with us in the comments below. And if you're new to our channel, we invite you to subscribe and join us on this journey of self-discovery and growth.